Welcome back to No More Lazy Thinking, where we are working together to build our mental might. Today, I want to talk about cause and effect. Technically, the term is causality or causation, and that just means the relationship between a cause and an effect. When you have causality, that means that the cause leads to the effect. It also means that the effect is a result of the cause. Those two things are not reversible. So it's got to be A leads to B. For example, fire causes smoke, but the inverse isn't true. Smoke does not cause fire. So we've got cause and effect. One thing leads to another, and we can prove that it does. We know that it leads to the next thing. There's also something when we are thinking without putting a lot of mental effort, when we're doing lazy thinking, there's something known as false causality. That's where we make these little mental shortcuts that cause us to have a lapse in our judgment. It could work something like this. You might say, event 1 occurred, and then event 2 occurred, therefore, event 1 caused event 2. And that might not necessarily be true. If I were using a false causality, I might say, most mornings I take a walk around my property. But it was really cold this morning, so I didn't take my walk, and I injured my foot later in the day. That means that if I don't take a walk, I'm at risk of injuring my foot. You see, that's not logical. There is no cause and effect here. In fact, what I'm saying to you sounds more like a superstition. A lot of superstitions are based on this notion of a false causality. They're based in history when people didn't have enough information to know a true scientific cause and effect. We have to introduce something else here, and that is the difference between correlation and causation. See, two things can be linked together. They can be correlated without there being a cause and effect between them. Certainly, the fact that I injured my foot today when I didn't take that walk, that is correlated. It's on the same day. In my mind, they are going to hang together. That's just a correlation, though. There's not a causation. When I notice a correlation, I need to use critical thinking to see if there's any underlying cause that led to the effect. In this one, there is. The underlying cause of my foot injury is that I wasn't wearing shoes. Normally, if I had put shoes on in the morning for my walk, I would have kept them on all day, and I would not have sustained this little injury. The cause is not wearing shoes. That had the effect of the injury. Had nothing to do with the walk. That was only correlated to this set of circumstances. See, we just need to apply that little bit of extra rigor when we are critically thinking. When we do, we won't have lazy thinking causing us to be illogical or superstitious or going down a wrong path that ends up being ineffective for us. Thanks for joining me. Come on back. We're going to continue to build our mental might together in every single one of these videos.